Alright folks, welcome back with me, Phil Turrell. You're watching part 10 of the Metal Gear Solid Delta Let's Play. And we just got done getting our little key card to go to the next section of the game, to get to the mountain, to get to Grozingrad, to get to, I'm sure there's a part of the underground area before Grozingrad, then Grozingrad, and then we can go ahead and figure out how to destroy Shagaha, rescue Sokolov, and assassinate Volgin and the boss. And then, make our way home as a hero. So let's go ahead and shake down these enemies and try to get through here as quietly and as unannounced as possible. So take out the dog here, preferably tranquilized, not permanent, because anyone would want to take out a dog. Doggoos are people's friends, right? Well, maybe not those, they actually do hurt. So this guard right here, go ahead and give him a tactical night nap, not a permanent one, of course, because again, we're trying not to take out as many, trying to not kill as many of these guards, because that does pay off in the end. I'm going to shake down this guard, get some more stuff, and we can go ahead and head out. Let's grab the suppressor for the 1911, and then we can go ahead and sneak out through the fence right here. It's amazing they never saw this fence being damaged right here. And we will be fighting a boss really soon, as soon as we get to the next area. So I do recommend you stock up on ammo, and if you have thermal goggles, make sure you have those equipped. The very first time I played this game, I did not have thermal goggles, and it made this fight an absolute nightmare, because it is a lot harder to fight this dude without any sort of thermal goggles. Because he does have a very rudimentary, I say rudimentary, it is still stealth camouflage, it's very rudimentary, because it does drain his stamina. But we'll go ahead and watch this fight and see how it goes. So I'm going to stay silent for most of it. There's a very interesting point I want to bring up. Fun fact. Pretty gross, but fun fact. Pretty sure that crossbow bolt does not tickle at all whatsoever. Dude's like half insane like the Joker. So fucking creepy. The fear is the creepiest of the freaking four.
I am the fear. That bolt is coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. Soon a most exquisite pain will engulf
that poison that he's talking about from that spider is very deadly, of course, but it has a very interesting side effect of causing not erect things to get erect, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to say any more about that. It's kind of crazy, but it is very interesting fun fact about that venom. I forgot where I even saw that or heard that. I think a buddy in high school actually taught me that little fun fact, because I was like, you're full of shit. And he was like, nah dude, it's legit, look it up. And literally looked at Brazilian Wandering Spider and it said that. I'm like, holy shit. But anyways, that's enough. I'm not going to mention that fun fact anymore, but I'm going to talk about the fear, because this boss fight's actually very short. Now, it is short, but I fucked up the first time because I was not able to beat him on the first cycle of his stamina bar. And let me explain. So first, take care of the poison, pull out the crossbow bolt, and then go ahead and start the fight. So the fear is automatically in camouflage at the very beginning of the fight. As you can see there, he's invisible. And it makes it a bit tricky to find him, especially with these higher graphics. I find that he's harder to find on the newer version without thermal goggles than without in the original one. But once you get him down to half his health, he will lose his stealth camouflage, because he's actually under a constant stamina drain, because his stealth camouflage is not complete, as I would say. So the more he uses it, or the more he tries to use it, he will lose his stamina, and he not only just shoot crossbow bolts at you, but he will shoot grenades at you. And once his health, or stamina rather, gets to a certain point, he will try to pick off some of the food here to eat it. And it's very interesting because you can throw out some of your poison food, and he will go after it, and he will poison himself. But as he's here, the fight's already over. With that, boop, he's done. And we will get his camouflage, which, in my opinion, it's only useful in very hard modes for certain spots, and also to get secret reels. And I'd like to know how his body, well, I know why his body explodes, but how his body explodes with all those crossbow bolts going everywhere. So basically the crossbow bolts. And man, that really looks like a thumbnail image, but I think I can think of something better. But maybe. So we get his camouflage, the spider uniform, and the spider uniform will actually
according to Granin, you should be able to
it will
get
give
that.
us very high camouflage index.
Start out
However,
like you,
it has the
keep
very
moving.
unfortunate side effect that the fear suffered. The
There
pain,
seem to be traps planted
fucking
throughout.
pain.
Yeah, but
The
this is-
fear
Maybe it's part of
suffered by having a constant stamina drain, and your stamina will burn really, really fucking quick. I think you maybe get, I don't know, not even a minute, I think, of like high index without your stamina draining, or with your stamina draining at full. So it's useful for getting through very hard areas and hard mode, and then also we're getting secret reels, which is what I'm going to do. And this movie that they're talking about, I think it's Earth versus the Spider, by Giant Spider, or whatever, it
So
makes
why did
me
the spider turn huge?
wonder.
I told you, it suddenly mutated.
Well, in a way, it
Yeah,
makes me
right.
kind of
Snake,
think that, hey,
it's
maybe
people like
movies should
you
not
that
have
take
these
all the fun out of
huge
watching movies.
overarching
Always
plots over
nitpicking
several
and taking
movies, and
things
it's
too
just like
seriously.
one movie with a very
Honestly, why
simplistic
even bother?
plot, and that's
Look,
it.
the
But then
important
again, I
thing
guess
isn't
movies
that it
from
got
way
big.
back then, they didn't have
What is
anything like
important?
interconnected
The fact
universes
that
like
there's a huge spider destroying
like
the
in
city.
today's world, like
Suspend your
just
disbelief.
huge cinematic
That's
movie
the whole point of
universes.
movies.
But very interesting. I imagine movies back then were very simplistic. I mean, some of the movies that they talk about, I've seen some, and black and white movies are not my thing. There's very few black and white movies I like. The only one that comes to mind is Godzilla, just because I'm a huge Godzilla freak, a huge Godzilla freak, because Godzilla's just my boy. Anything that has to do with dinosaurs or giant fighting kaijus is my thing. But let's go ahead and take out this guard. And miss. Alert him, but just go ahead and trank him, and it should cancel out the caution. Now right here, I should have just stayed right here in the shadow, or at the very least, just take out the guards right here,
Thanks.
and it probably would have been fine. But me thinking that, hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and move this guard, and I'll be fine. I should have taken the shot right there and just
Someone
hit the
there?
guy in the back, and then hit the guy in the front. And I could have been fine. I think I could have made those shots, but also only had 6 rounds of tranquilizer ammo, so I probably, if I'd missed, I probably would not have gotten like a second chance at it.
Who's that?
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna drag the body into the food locker, and well, they just now got the caution, and I apologize if I sound a little bit off.
What's wrong?
I had a bit of it allergies. It's freaking crazy. We're like, today is actually Christmas at the time this records, so Merry Christmas, y'all, and Happy Holidays and all that good stuff. But it's kind of crazy. Middle of Christmas, and it's like literally allergy season where I'm currently at, and it just freaking just boggles my fucking mind. Got allergies in Christmas. Anyways, I digress. So just go ahead and shake down these guards and get some ammo and some goodies, all that good stuff. And let's go ahead and tranquilize that other guard, and we should be good. 'Cause I think I got more ammo from him, from those guards. And I think these thermal goggles, I think these are probably like my favorite thermal goggles, because it literally, in a way, in a way, when I first played this, I was just expecting everything to be all red and like obnoxious, like in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. But when you had like all these different shades of color, I literally was thinking like I was like a predator, and it just made that game. It just made this game even more fun. Now, interesting fact here: you could continue on the plot, or you can actually go back the way you came originally to get in this area, which is what I'm going to do. And we can get a new face paint. I think it's the water face paint, maybe. It's either water or rain drop. I think it's water. So there are 2 guards to your right. So take out this guy, and it will lure out the second one that's over there right behind him. You can't really see him as of right now. I'm going to try to take out this guard right here. Okay, go ahead and re-equip my suppressor. Go ahead and take this guy out. And that's all the guards in this area, so we have a little bit of free reign to get what we need and get whatever supplies we need. I think here there's some ammo, there's some grenades. Mark 22 ammo is going to come in handy because that's our tranquilizer gun. So there are no guards in this area I'm about to go, so you can just swim and be okay. You don't have to be cautious at all. There's just really just animals and just fish. There's nothing dangerous here on the second go back around. So if you really want to get through here really quickly, just swim underneath the water. I'm going to try to fast forward some parts. And then I'm going to talk to Paramedic and eat I think it's an arowana. I think an arowana is a pretty decent size fish or snake. He'll eat it, and there's a chance for a video to play showing him eating it. It's actually pretty interesting how big this fucking fish is.
Interesting. So how does it taste?
According to the guide, it's good, but it's kind of oily and it has a lot of little bones.
Fine with me.
I never worry about
the little things.
That's a no-go for me, Snake. No fish for Phil. Alright, so let's go ahead and eat some fish. That Russian false mango is spoiled, so we're going to toss that. I probably could use that against the fear. But Snake says he doesn't like it. That's just decent. Okay. So let's just go ahead and swim and take out that crab and arowana.
I see you've caught
I think
yourself an arowana.
Paramedic says here that an
The
arowana is a fish that is like hasn't evolved in a very long time.
Because of its large size, I don't think you'll be able to capture one alive. Ancient fish like the arowana are living fossils. They've hardly changed their form since the Devonian and Jurassic periods. Other ancient fish besides the arowana include the coelacanth, the starlet, and the knifefish.
Starlet and
almost all organisms on Earth have evolved in various shapes and forms, but these fish have kept the same form for hundreds of millions of years. Fascinating, isn't it?
Sure.
Well, I can see you're not interested.
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ancient fish.
Why?
They're supposed to be huge.
And if they're huge, they're a giant meal.
You're wondering whether they'd make a good meal.
Yeah. So, do they?
The guide says they taste just fine for a fish.
Great.
Snake. Alright, so let's go ahead and get through here. Swim all the way to the end. And then you're greeted to the face water paint, which for the longest time I didn't know this was here. But now that we have it, hopefully I enlightened somebody on where that face paint is. And if you didn't know where it is, you're welcome, because for the longest time I never knew that was there. I think actually like a buddy of mine is the one who taught me that too. The same buddy that taught me about the fucking Brazilian waters. Jesus Christ, my freaking cat just scared the shit out of me again. Alright, so let's go back through here, go to this door because we have that card and it will automatically open. Had that fucking technology in the 60s, and in 2005 in the Shattered Moses incident, you had to freaking equip the key card. You know, but in Metal Gear Solid 1's defense, when they got remade with the Twin Snakes, they fixed that. Absolutely delicious, right, Snake? Not for me. No fish for me. Fish, fucking nasty. At least for me. I just can't stand fish. Tasty. Alright, so let's continue on. We'll be actually in another jungle area, so switch into your woodland, face paint, and uniform, or tiger stripe. I forget which one I use. Honestly, I think that the tiger stripe is like Snake's like default like camo he wears like in the mandatory cutscenes, like at the very end, the very beginning of the game.
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
About
where
time.
are you?
In the fortress, in Groznygrad. Dr. Sokolov is here
That's
too.
nice.
Is he all right?
He's fine. Right now he's busy putting the finishing touches on the Shagohod.
Good. That means they haven't killed him.
Yeah.
Not yet anyway, but you better hurry. They've already finished the Phase 2
I remember
tests.
Snake. Once they're
Once
done,
the final
they'll never
preparations
need him
are
again.
complete, they'll have no more use for him.
Thank you, Eva.
The Colonel won't have any qualms about killing him if he thinks the CIA is closing in.
Eva, you can't let Sokolov out of your sight.
I know. Snake, do you know where Groznygrad is?
Granin told me that I should
I
be
love
able
her
to get there
response here
from the
about
mountains to the
Granin.
north, through an underground tunnel.
Granin told you?
Yeah, he even gave me the key to the warehouse.
Why?
Because he was drunk, I guess.
You've got to be kidding me.
Unfortunately
Hell if I
not,
know.
Eva.
Snake, there's one problem with that route.
What problem?
The mountain entrance to the underground tunnel that leads to the fortress is sealed. You need a key to get in.
A key? What about the key Granin gave me?
That key won't work. But don't worry.
It's an actual
I'll
key
figure
key,
something
not
out.
a card key.
I have an idea. There are some
That's actually
ruins
one of
at
my
the top
favorite
the
areas in the
mountains.
game is the
Meet me
mountains.
there.
Especially if you get
Top of the
like
mountains.
spotted.
Got it.
It's one of my favorite
Wait.
areas just to go like
There's something
freaking
else I've got to
crazy.
tell you.
Now what?
I heard that one of the cobras is waiting for you in the jungle at the foot of the mountains. He's a legendary sniper
This
called
motherfucker right
the
here.
End.
Yeah, I've seen him before. That ridiculously old
That
guy,
ridiculously
right?
old guy's an
Don't
annoying
underestimate
fucking
him.
fight.
He's known as the father of modern sniping.
Is he alone? No spotter?
None. He's all by himself. Apparently, he doesn't need
That's
a
not
spotter.
necessarily true.
Can't be serious.
The entire forest is
Quote
on his
Rock
side.
Demonstratum.
The forest?
And also
Stay
a
alert.
parrot.
Yeah. I'd hate to have it be the end for
Fucking
me.
puns, Snake. Leave the puns to me. So there's two major areas, I think three major areas actually. There's this area, the next area, and then this area that has this cabin that's kind of like a supply depot. And that supply depot is actually where there's a secret reel, and it's a bit annoying to get. Well, at least for me. So I could not figure out for the life of me like how to get it. But once you figure out where it's at and then how to lure the guard away from his post, it becomes very simple. I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. I think I was just trying to find supplies hanging from trees, like food and everything. There are mushrooms here. Just be wary though if you eat one. I think it's. I want to say it's a
Snake, have you been
cap
contacted?
mushroom,
Yeah.
but if you eat
She
that,
also
it'll put
said
Snake to
good.
sleep.
Proceed north, climb up the...
I'm on it.
But stay... Isn't the Cobra unit...
Yeah.
Watch yourself. Your fight with the End will likely be a long and grueling one. You should stock up on
He's
battle
not lying about
necessities
that.
like ammunition
Absolutely
and
not
provision.
lying about that. Now, if you want to take out the End very quickly with a sniper rifle, battle before... Well, if you already made this part and you hadn't taken him out, well then you'll have to fight him. But taking him out with the sniper rifle, you'll do more damage. I think I've never done it the lethal way in a very long time. I've always done it the non-lethal way. You just leave the rabbit alone, Snake. We already captured one. We don't want to invoke the Wrath of Doom Marine for taking out Daisy's ancestor. So the lethal way that you take out the End is with sniper rifles and lethal ammo, but the sniper rifle I think does a pretty good, decent chunk of damage, and I think you can shoot him like twice or three times before he'll flip backwards, and then he'll run away to another area. Because spoiler alert, the whole fight is like over like three gigantic areas, I think, or two gigantic areas. No, I think it's three. The south and north, and the riverbank, I think. And of course, there's instant death traps here, so make sure not to fall in those. Those will suck very badly if you fall in those. But the way I do it is the slower way and the more rewarding way, quote unquote, because you'll get his camouflage, And then you'll also get a weapon for Boom. He's the one boss where you get more than one thing for taking him out in a non-lethal way, and also holding them up, because this is a certain fight where you can actually sneak up on the boss and hold them up at gunpoint like you can with guards and everything. So, pretty interesting boss fight, but we won't get into that in this part because that boss fight can be a bit long, and I think I want to have Future Phil fast forward through a lot of the boring parts. So when you go to that yellow dot, but we're not going to go there because I want to show off how to get this secret reel. And also we're to stock up on some ammunition and supplies and all that good stuff like Major said. I don't know why I'm so dead set on capturing these birds. Because it's not like honestly, it's not like I'm trying to capture all of them to get the easy gun. Because as soon as you get the easy gun in this version of the game, or even the other version, the older version game, you have to eat all the different animals in the game, or at least capture them. I think all you do is capture them.
I see you've captured a magpie. Magpies are members of the crow family. They're distinguishable by their beautiful dark blue and white bodies and their long tails. Their favorite food is insects, but they'll also eat small fish, acorns, and fruit. They're omnivores, which means...
they'll eat anything.
Right,
just like us.
Just like you, huh?
Okay, so how do they taste?
You always ask me that.
Snake.
Naturally. So?
I've never heard of anybody actually eating...
You don't say...
Oh.
There's an animal, that snake, if you eat it and you call back, I think he makes a comment like, oh, this shit's nasty, and Paramedic's just amused. I know he has that conversation with Paramedic if you call her when you have a Russian glow cap. She mentions something about, it'll recharge your or Snake says, it'll recharge my batteries, right? And then she'll like play along, and then if you eat it and call her back, she'll actually be like, do you actually believe me? Anyways, let's go ahead and tranquilize this guy right here. And that conversation is interesting because she gets Sigget involved too. Oh fuck, I forgot about that. Let's just hang around. I'm glad I tranquilized that guard before I got caught.
Come in, HQ.
I guess they saw me too.
This is HQ.
Patrol here.
The enemy is attacking us! So right here, I actually jump cut to where I got the secret reel, because it took me about like freaking 5 attempts to figure this shit out. So what you're seeing here is the culmination of like all my trial and error.
Seeing things.
No man, you're just tripping. I mean, that's the same as seeing things, you're right. So let's go ahead and take out the guards right here. The guards here are just annoyances. Just tranquilize one and take out the other. I think these guards are here regardless of whether or not you trigger the alarm or not. If you take out the one behind the other one, he won't notice his buddy like drop down on the ground. I guess he's listening to some kind of music, which, you know, I say that and I just remember, I think in Metal Gear Solid 2, I think there's guards that do listen to music, which is kind of entertaining. So there is a guard inside that house. That house has windows, and that guard can see you if you actually like poke your head out. So what I would recommend is taking out the guards on the outside. Just mosey around here. Don't run. Just crawl under the area where the windows are. And the guard is actually going to be on the other side of here. So make sure you knock on the window or knock outside.
What's that sound?
And his attention.
Footsteps.
Stay down here, and then he won't bother you. Go and eat some crab. Now come out, and this guy is the one who actually has the secret reel. So this is the guy we need tranquilized to get, but we need to hold him up first. So get some space, hold him up, and then do your normal thing, and he'll drop the secret reel to you, or he'll give you the secret reel.
Please don't.
Don't give me the goods, man. I won't do anything. There we go. Metal Gear S. I think it's Metal Gear Sigget. I think that's what that is. That one's kind of humorous too. I feel bad for Snake in that one, in a way. So let's go ahead and drop that. He'll give us a suppressor and some chaff. Here, I don't know if there's a way to break that hole down there. I don't think there is. But we can go here and we can actually get a pretty good gun, which is a fully automatic, like they're the Soviet version of a 50 cal, and it's pretty glorious. It's useful for the Shagahad boss fight segments. Now, I don't necessarily use it. I actually forget to equip it, but it is a very useful gun. And I think if you shoot it for a very long time, Snake will just go like, ah! Because it just violently vibrates Snake's soul out of his body. I'm being facetious there, but imagine shooting that many rounds with that high of a caliber. It would probably drive you, like your body to its like upper limit and beyond. Alright, so here, grab some food, and if you really want to, you can blow up this food depot. And we don't have to, well, not really, but we can start throwing food at guards and actually abandon their route to try to eat food. So, it might be useful for higher difficulties. It's not necessary in the lower ones, but I'm going to go show it off anyways. Gotta find some TNT. And luckily I have some. Put that there. Let's go ahead and get ready, run, and we are going to blow it up. Boop! And the depot's gone. I like that attention detail where the roof just blows off the top. And we're almost done. We still got about a little less than 3 minutes, give or take. But, oh man. This part, I feel like this part went by way faster. I don't feel like I've been recording for like almost 30 minutes. So we got everything that we can get out of this one area. This area only exists to get the fully automatic, like Soviet 50 cal. I don't know what it is, but I just call it the Soviet 50 cal. And you know, getting that secret rail. But the secret rail didn't exist in the very first version of Metal Gear Solid 3, but it does in this version. And it was very interesting. I was listening to some David Hayter banter, and I believe he said that this game was his favorite Metal Gear Solid game. If I'm wrong, well, I'm incorrect, and I apologize. But I can, if it is, I can tell most definitely that this is his favorite game, because just some of the lines he delivers, I feel like he had fun delivering them. All right, let's go ahead and take up this guard. You're not seeing anything, buddy. Did it really say plus 20, like having dark camo? Like, really? Anyways, let's increase our camouflage just a little bit more, because we're going to need to increase it anyways, because this will be the best boss fight to have this camouflage with. And after this boss fight, we'll actually be mostly done with outdoor jungle areas. There'll be one more jungle area, but we won't be in that area for very long. Take him out, and then we can continue on. Did I get caught by another trap? I think I get caught by like one more trap. I think it's a swinging trap with the log. Let's go ahead and drop this dude and get some ammo. Should have sped this part up, but we're almost done. I'm not gonna worry about too much about it. Shame on you, Future Phil, for not, Future Phil for not, I guess past, present Phil for not editing the footage. Future Phil watches this over again and make sure it is fucking Baba. It's all put together right. But anyways, folks, if you like this part or my series of Metal Gear Solid Delta videos for this Let's Play, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, all that beautiful stuff. And well, let's go ahead and watch Snake take care of this cut. Yeah, I bet you that doesn't tickle. But anyways, I appreciate it, folks. Leave a comment and make sure that you ding that bell for notifications for any future Let's Play parts. And I'll catch you wonderful people on the next one. Later and bye. Okay, maybe not bye. That went by a lot slower than I thought. It was going by too fast and I was going slower. But anyways, we're almost done. And I'll catch you later, folks. Later and bye. This time for real.